Hello, 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 and welcome. Welcome to Tea Talks with Tawawn. I want to thank you all for dropping in, coming in, and spending some time with me every Monday at 8 p.m. as I spill the tea, as I'm giving you a little TLC. You know what we believe here at Tea Talks. We believe everybody needs a little TLC, and y'all know what I'm talking about. That transformational lifestyle content that helps you with becoming your best self and creating your best life. Now, if you are new to Tea Talks and you've never heard me spill the tea, let me just tell you a little bit about who I am. My name is Tawawn Lowe. I am the founder of TLC Consultancy. This is a multifaceted organization that brings coaching and consulting to individuals and organizations. And I'm helping individuals and organizations to maximize their potential, to manifest their vision, and to achieve the results they want. So yes, that's a mouthful that I just said, but basically I'm helping you live your dreams so you can live the life that you want, because we all should be our best, should be evolving to become our best selves and create our best lives. Now, that you know a little bit about me. If this is your first time here, I want to ask you to do a couple of things for me. First, I want you to get in a comfortable place, sit in your chair. I want you to get in a pen and a pad, because I'm going to be dropping some nuggets. I'm going to be giving some information that you can walk away with. Here at Tea Talk, we're spilling the tea on all those personal development topics that will help us on our journey in becoming our best selves and creating our best lives. So I'm always going to bring someone to the platform who will be spilling the tea, giving you some information to help you on your journey, or I'm going to be spilling the tea. So you always need a pen and a paper. Now, if you have not subscribed, I'm going to go ahead and ask you now to go ahead and subscribe on my YouTube channel, so you can get that notification just in case you're busy on Monday at 8 o'clock, so you can see me when I come on, because I got something for you to take you through the week. I guarantee you I have something to take you through the week. So where are we now? We're on Monday. We are celebrating Women's History Month. And that is like vitally important to me. It gets me excited, because if you don't know, I have a movement called Women Walking in Their Own Shoes, where we believe women should say yes to themselves, yes to their purpose, yes to their passion, and yes to their power. And women are in a different place. We're in a place now where we have so many opportunities to really live out our dreams. We have the opportunities to really write our story for ourselves. And that is exciting. And I don't know if you were here last week, but I talked about, we kicked off Women's History Month, and I talked about the importance of us, celebrating women who have helped create history, who are still creating history, and who are doing wonderful things. But I want to talk about some of them. There are so many unsung women who are creating history. You don't have to be a Maya Angelou or Hillary Clinton or Michelle Obama in order to create history. It is women just like me and you who are creating history. There are women who are out here who are the first in their family to get a high school diploma, the first in their family to go to college, the first in their family to get a college degree, the first in their family to break a generational curse, the first in their family to stay married or to get married, or the first in their family not to succumb to some other issues. But there are women around the globe who are making history every day that we don't hear about. And I want you to be one of them women. Make some history in your life. Yes, you can make history in your life. The history you can make is just by changing something in your life that can lead you down the path to the life that you have and that you want to design for yourself. So I want to say hello to everybody who has joined us. Hi, Gail. Yes, Gail, you want to be. Gail actually is one. She is helping to eradicate marriages, helping to eradicate divorce. So she believes in marriages. She is teaching men and women globally how to have successful marriages. So she's creating history. In her time, in her generation, she's been a woman making history. So, and we all are women making history. You just got to look at how you're making history and be willing to step into that and make that history for yourself. Today on the show, I'm going to be spilling the tea on 5 things that keep mostly women. I'm not saying that this does not impact men, but these are 5 missteps that women make that keeps them from really reaching their full potential and their greatness that they have. And as we're talking about women celebrating history, talking about women's history, some of the lessons that some of these women that we admire, these sheroes that we have, these are some of the things that they've had to overcome and push past so they too could make the history that they have made. Hello, Delana. How are you? Good evening, good evening, good evening. The first misstep that I want to talk about, and this is an important misstep, and it happens to us because just how we are created to be. We were created as women to be a helpmate. So one of the missteps that we make so often is we put everybody's dreams before ours. We're always helping everybody else to manifest their dream and fulfill their goals, but we don't take time to stop and think about what is it that we want for ourselves and what do we want to pursue for ourselves. So the first misstep is making everybody dreams and more important than your own. If you want to achieve any type of success, you have to make yourself a priority. And when you make yourself a priority, you also make your dreams and your goals and aspirations a priority. You can't always be pushy. Now, I'm not saying that you can't help others. That's not what I'm saying. Yes, you should help your husband. Yes, you should help push your children to fulfill their dreams. Yes, you should even help some of your friends with fulfilling their dreams, but you have to honor the things that you want for yourself as well. And if you want to write a book, or if you want to go back to school, or if you want to start that business, then you need to make that a priority for yourself and not let everybody else's dreams become your priority. Because one of the things when you do that, what happens is you say that other people's dreams are much more important than yours, and your dreams are just as important as the people that you help. They're just as important as your husband and your children. This is what you're here on purpose. You're no mistake. You are here on purpose. And part of your purpose is to work out those things that you're passionate about, to manifest those dreams that you have for yourself, and to live them out. So we're no longer going to make everybody else's priorities more important than ours. You can learn how to help others, but also help yourself as well. The second thing I want to talk about is lack of permission. And you probably say, what is that? Lack of permission. We as women are, for a long time, we have not been able to do, we had to get the right to vote. We could never show up in the workplace the way men did. There were so many things as women that we had to sit on the sidelines and watch. But now the shift is taking place. The shift is happening. And We're no longer waiting for people to say, you have permission to make your dreams a priority. Women are now giving themselves permission, themselves. They're giving themselves, hear me. They're not waiting for their mother to say, oh, you know what, you should go ahead and pursue your dreams. They're not waiting for the husband to say, you know, you should go on and pursue your dreams. They're now saying that I know that I have a purpose here in my life. I know that I have gifts and talents that have been bestowed upon me to use. And part of my purpose and passion and my power truly is to tap into that. So I'm going to give myself permission to go for my dreams and aspirations. Not only am I going to give myself permission in that place, I'm going to give myself permission to make me a priority, make my dreams a priority, and to make success a priority. See, it's a lot of things that we have to give ourselves permission for, because for so long, people have been telling us what we can do and could not do as a woman. So it's not, so we're waiting. It's like, okay, women can now be in the workplace. Women can now be managers. Well, women can now wear pants. That's my little ha-ha. But we had to wait for society to say that these things are okay for women to do. We no longer have to wait for that. We give ourselves permission. So whatever it is that you want to do, I want you to just take note. Go down somewhere, get a piece of paper and say I. And if you're on this live, if you're paying attention, if you're taking your notes like I asked you to do, like I asked you to get your pen and paper, I want you to write down and I want you to say I, and then put your name in and say, give myself permission to, and put what that to is. And if you're on here, I want you to write it and share with me. What are you going to give yourself permission to do? You got to give yourself permission to make money. Some of us have attitudes and beliefs about money, and we think money is the root of all evil. Give yourself permission to have an abundant mindset so that you can attract to you the things that you want, money being included in that. So give yourself permission. What else? Let's go to number 3, lack of self-investment. If we want to go for our dreams, when we're going to make our dreams a priority, we're going to give ourselves permission to go for our dreams and to do these things. We also have to invest in ourselves. And when I say invest in ourselves, I'm not talking about that type of investment. Yes, we all can buy a nice purse. We all can rock some red bottoms, but that's not the type of investment I'm talking about. When you come to Tea Talk, we're talking about personal development topics that help you with growing and becoming who you are. And you should always be investing in your personal development. Personal development is a lifetime goal. It never stops. You should forever be investing in yourself. So when I say you should make self-investment important, self-investment means you should be learning, or you should learn how to be savvy with your money. So you should be investing in classes that teach you about investing your money, teach you about building for your retirement, just even how to save and pay bills, because some of us don't even have that. Okay, wait a minute. So let me see. We got Dawn Lewis on here. She said, I give myself permission to think big and never give up no matter the obstacle. I love that, Dawn. I love that. Gail said, I give myself permission to touch the world. I like that. That means that she's going to take her message abroad. I know that's what that means. Put a thumb up if that's what that means. And Delana said, I give myself permission to listen more. Now that's powerful. To listen more. And I can tell you, giving yourself permission to listen more, that's a part of her self-investment. So she's going to be somewhere sitting, listening, and learning. Tell me if I'm right, Delana. Tell me if I'm right, Delana Watkins. You're going to be listening, because when we listen, when we listen to the right things, we allow seeds to be planted, and we allow them seeds to germinate, so we can have a harvest that comes out from what we listen to. Our ears are a gateway. that allows things to come in. Sometimes it's good things and sometimes they're bad things. But I love it. She said, absolutely, you nailed it. Now, Candace Jackson said, I give myself permission to reach past my comfort zone and go hard for myself. That's a good one. That ties into like what number one was when we said you make your dreams and your life a priority. And sometimes you just even have to give yourself permission in that. So I love this. Thank you all for sharing that. Um, that's really a big one. But self-investment, you have to invest in yourself. This is how you learn. This is how you grow. When I talk about becoming your best self and creating your best life, becoming your best self is not something that just happens. You're forever evolving. You're forever changing, and you're changing because you are learning new things. You are exposing yourself to new experiences, and these things are shaping who you are as a person. You're gaining new information so you can have different perspectives on different things. There's nothing like an unintelligent person. I'm just going to say that there's nothing like, and that's not I'm going to say being an unintelligent person, for some it just is, and for some it's because that's what they choose. We all have the freedom to learn. It takes nothing to learn. Self-investment, how many books do you want to read this year? How many books would you like to read? And what would those books be on? What would you like to do with money? Would you like to learn how to be in the stock market? You have to learn these are skills that you have to build. If you have a funky mindset, there are things that you have to invest in yourself to shift that mindset to get to the place that you want to go. So self-investment is good. You are worth a college degree. Okay. You are worth getting the certification so you can get to that next level on your job. You are worth learning a new skill so you can build another stream of income so you don't have to rely on one source of income. You are worth, just like you think you're worth a pocketbook, them red bottoms, the cigars you buy, and all the fancy trips, you are just as much you're worth that, as well as all the other things that help mold and shape you and build you into the person that you want to grow and be. Somebody on here said yes. Said yes. I don't know what the yes is to, but thank you for the yes. So we right now we're going to stop. I'm going to talk about. I'm just going to go back the first three missteps that I said that we make as women. Missteps: making everybody dreams a priority, not giving ourselves permission, and lack of self-investment. We're going to take a very, very short commercial break because I want to bring my sponsor on, Tea Lovers Cafe. I want to give them a little shout out. And then we're going to come right back and we're going to finish up with the last two. Hey, we are back. I told you it was a quick commercial. I want to just remind you, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I ask that you go and that you subscribe. We come here every Monday. I will be spilling the tea on these personal development topics that help you with becoming your best self and creating your best life. If you are a tea drinker, I ask you to go visit Tea Lovers Cafe. They have some wonderful tea. Is premium loose leaf tea. You will absolutely love it. It contributes to your well-being, and we all want to contribute to our well-being. I talked about self-investment. I want to talk about something that's coming up with you all know I have the movement Women Walking in Our Own Shoes. We have an empowerment tea that's coming at the end of the month. That's an excellent way to invest in yourself. When you come, we're going to be having some conversations about being our own shero and the things that we need to do to be the shero in our lives, so then we can turn around and become heroes in other people's lives and create our own history. So now let's get back to these missteps. Let's get back to these missteps that we are making, because we don't want to continue to make these missteps, because we are part of that shift. We want to be a part of making history, making our own history. Don't have to be the Maya Angelou's and, like I said, the Michelle Obamas. We be them unsung heroes where we're making history for ourselves and our families and in our communities. So we already talked about making our dreams a priority. We talked about giving ourselves permission. We talked about self-investment. Oh, but this next one right here. This is a big misstep for most. We set out, we give ourselves permission, we do all the self-investment, and we start prioritizing our own dreams and our goals. But guess what? We still got that stinking thinking. Our mind, we never shift our mindset. And mindset mastery is something that we all have to do if we ever want to get to that next level of success, wherever that is in our life. If it's in your business, if it's in your career, if it's in your relationship, if you're trying to get to any next level, you have to also shift your mindset. Some of us have a fixed mindset. We're very stuck on, we believe what we believe and we know what we know, and we act like we can't learn anything else different. Yep, I said it all that way. You have to have different types of mindset, and the most important mindset you need to have is a growth mindset. A mindset where you believe that you can learn other things and you can learn different things and you can expand your knowledge, your skill set, to help you with becoming your best self and creating your best life. So let me tell you the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. A fixed mindset feels like you can't learn anything else and you just know what you know. And you have no capacity or bandwidth to get any additional information that will expand your knowledge base. That's a fixed mindset. A growth mindset is that the opposite of that, that believe that you have the bandwidth from here to infinity to learn anything that you put your mind to, that all things are possible for you to learn. And you're willing to learn and grow so that you can move to another level and to that next level you want. And you need that growth mindset, because whatever your next level is, it's going to require you to do things differently than what you've already been doing. It's going to require you to have some different information. It's going to require you to look at situations differently. It's going to require you to have different perspectives on things. It's going to require you to do some, oh Lord, that train just left my track. That train just left that track. But it's going to come back to me. Decision making. You're going to make different types of decisions. And in order to do that, you have to be empowered with knowledge. You have to be empowered with knowledge. That goes back to your self-investment, though. You got to be willing to learn. With a growth mindset, you're willing to learn. You're willing to open up a book and say, oh my God, let me understand what this really means. I'm gonna tell you, me and a girlfriend of mine, we used to listen to this pastor. I don't know if you all know him. His name is Pastor Jamal Bryant. We used to always go hear him preach, and he always used these big words. And we would write them down and spell them the best way possible if we didn't know how to spell it. Then we would go home and we would write it down and we would look it up and we'd get the definition. And our goal was to use the word in a sentence at least 2 to 3 times a week when we were talking to each other. And we were building our vocabulary that way, because we was like this, you're not going to keep preaching to us and them words going over our heads. And we kind of knew what it meant based on what he was saying, but okay, you done taught me a new word. You got to have a growth mindset. You got to be willing to learn. You got to be willing to be open to different perspectives and hearing people. Because when you have a fixed mindset, people can't tell you anything. You can't learn from other people. And a part of how you evolve and grow is being able to interact and learn and grow. So your mindset is important. Like an abundance mindset. I talked about that earlier, about if what you believe about money. You can't attract money and you can't believe in abundance if you don't even have an abundance mindset. You truly have to believe that you can attract money and it comes to you and flows to you. And you have to have a like for money, and you have to know how to properly use money, because abundance is not about just getting money. It's about understanding what to do with that abundance once you get it. And abundance, as I say, is not just about money. So your mindset is important. So I want you to just think about for a minute, what type of mindset do you have? And guess what? If you have a fixed mindset, don't be scared to raise your hand and say, I have a fixed mindset. That can be changed. It can be changed if you want to change it. And some of us have fixed mindsets on certain things. It's just some things people have a fixed mindset on. Not saying that's bad or good, but you should always be willing to be open to learn. And I think I'm gonna do, you know what? I think I'm gonna do a podcast on the different types of mindset so we can go through it so you can understand it. So let's talk about the last thing that we don't do. We don't invest in coaches, mentors, advisors, or sponsors. Now, I guess y'all probably say, what is all of that? I said a coach, a mentor, an advisor, and a sponsor. When you are evolving into a better person, when you're trying to create your best life, you definitely have to connect yourself to people who can help you with that elevation. Now, when I said sponsor, in the workplace, a sponsor is really somebody who can help you get another job and help you get up. But most of us need coaches and mentors. I have a coach. I've had coaches for the last, maybe 10 years. I have a coach who actually helps me not eat sugar, or how to do better with my sugar intake. Yep. I have a coach who helps me do that. And she's actually, I think I saw her on here. Delana. Yes, Delana is on here. uh, Vernie James said, I need one. Vernie, you need a coach? You need a mentor? You need an advisor? Or do you need a sponsor? Or do you need all four? And I'll explain. A coach is somebody who helps guide you, who helps you with manifesting your dreams and goals. They help you with whatever particular goal you have. They help you with dealing with your mindset. If they're a good coach, they help you deal with your mindset and deal with all, she said all four. I got you, Bernie. I got you. But they help you deal with all the things that's in your way, causing you to misstep and not reach your full potential. That's what a coach does. A mentor is somebody who just gives you their advice and guidance, but they don't necessarily give you strategic steps to take to get you and lead you in the direction that you want to be. An advisor is kind of the same person, but they're probably a level above where you are. Again, a sponsor, that's generally somebody in the workplace, somebody professionally who can get you to that next level at your job. And everybody should have a sponsor at their job. You should be going to somebody on your job. Okay, this is free coaching. Okay, let's just take this. This is free coaching. You should be going to somebody on your job who is at the level of where you want to be, or somebody in the industry that you want to be in. Let's just say that you are event planner and you want to take your event planning skills to the next level. So you should be looking at other event planners. You should reach out to that person, somebody at your job or somebody in your industry, and you should ask them about being a mentor. Now, let me tell you the difference about a mentor. A mentor is not going to give you but so much of their time, because it's free time. They will be your mentor. They will listen to you. They will be a soundboard. But let me tell you about what that coach is going to do. That coach is going to hold you accountable. They're going to give you tasks to accomplish. They're going to help you step by step try to get to that next place you want. And the reason I said try is because coaches can only give you the information. You can lead the horse to the water, but you cannot make them drink. So you have to decide where you are at in your life and which one of these people that you need. But one of the things that we don't do as women is we don't go get these people. We don't go and ask somebody to be our coach, or we don't pay for coaching, because paying for coaching is self-investment. That's what it is. It's investing in yourself. When you write that check, you're saying, I'm worth every dime that my coach is charging. Mentor, we don't go ask people to be our mentor because part of why we don't is fear. Sometimes we don't want people to tell us no, and sometimes we don't want people to hold us accountable. Advisors, like I said, they're kind of on the same length your um, as your mentor. So let's just talk about this. Let's just go back over all that I've talked about. These missteps. Misstep number one: making everybody dreams a priority. Number two: not giving ourselves permission. Number three: lack of self investment. I think this is one of the biggest ones. We have to just learn to invest in ourselves. And again, like I said, I'm not talking about the shoes and the purse, but I'm talking about those things that really make us a better person, the things that feed us personally, professionally, spiritually, physically, financially, things that will edify who we are as a person and will help us create the lives that we want for ourselves. Limited beliefs. You can't get too far with thinking. It doesn't do well in relationships, your relationship with your man, your woman, your relationships at work, with your children, or with yourself. Because when you have stinking thinking, you're always at war with yourself. Because it's part of you that said, I can do all things. And then it's another part of you saying, you can't do nothing because the last time you did it, you didn't do it well and you failed. That's why you got to work on that stinking thinking, because you got to build your confidence muscle. And part of building that muscle is that self-talk that you say to you. When you start talking back to some of those thoughts that you have in your head, you got to really address those things. And the last thing again is not working with a coach, mentor, advisor, or sponsor. I hope that the information that I have, the tea that I spilled today, has been helpful. If so, please show me some hearts, put some thumbs up, say this has been good. You like the information, so I know to continue what path to continue on and giving you this type of information. I appreciate that you come joining me every Monday at 8 p.m. We are here. We will be spilling the tea on all subjects. This month, we will really be focusing on those topics that really help build us as women so we don't make these missteps. I think next week we're going to be talking about the 6 things that successful women invest in. And you definitely want to know those 6 things that we invest in. Hey, Crystal. Thank you. She said good information. I appreciate it. If you have not signed up and subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go and subscribe to it. Please like my page, Tawawn page. As I said, that you all know that I have the Women Walking Their Own Shoe movement. We're having empowerment tea on Sunday, March the 27th. I would love for you to come out and join us. You can come via we have virtual and we have live, because we're still in a pandemic. We're going to be practicing, social distancing and things like that, but we can't have 50 women there. So we'd love to have you there. So come and join us. Remember, we believe everybody needs a little TLC. You know what I'm talking about, that transformational lifestyle content that helps you with becoming your best self and creating your best life. Until next week, I just want to say thank you. I want you to have a good week on purpose. And I want you to remember these missteps. And I want you to do your best not to make any of those missteps this week. Until next week, have a good one.